Google Forms is a free online tool from Google which allows users to create forms, surveys, and quizzes. It's a very powerful tool for data handling and data management. It also helps to educators and teachers for conducting online tests which involve MCQs, long answer questions, and quizzes. These Google Forms can be effectively used to take feedbacks from students as well as by their parents, and also they can be used to give feedbacks to students on their performances. So let's create a Google Form, a simple one in your laptop or desktop. This is my laptop screen and I am using Windows 10 operating system. So in this section I am going to show you how to create a Google Form using the browser Google Chrome. So Google Chrome is a best choice for creating or working with Google Forms because Google Chrome is a product of Google as Google Forms only. So it is the best option. So now first we have to enter into the Google Forms creation platform. For that, so go to Google. In its search box, type Google Forms. Hit enter. So you will get Google Forms URL here. So click on that. So this is the home page of Google Forms. So here click on go to Google Forms. So this is the place where you can create your own Google Form. So this button is very important for us, and by clicking on this plus icon you will be able to create a new Google Form which is blank. Also here is a gallery, that is template gallery provided by Google. So there are a lot of already designed forms are available here with different categories like a personal category and then work category or education or quizzes. You can use any one of this. But if you are very particular about your form and you want to give it a very new shape and a unique design, then you can click on this icon, that is plus icon. You are going to create a blank Google Form here. Yes, let's create a very simple Google Form. So now my intention of creation of this form is to get details of my colleagues. Like I want to know their name and their mobile number. So this is the Google Form that I am creating here to collect details of my colleagues, and the details are their name and their mobile numbers. So first, this is the title of the form. So title of the form should explain why this form is created. So you can give a best name, and I am giving it as details of teachers. So here you have to write a description, that is, so you have to elaborate this title, or you have to elaborate the intention of creation of this form, like hello, through this form we are creating a teacher's data set of school. So you can write the name of your school like best school or something else. And here we go with the first question. So as I said, I want to collect the name of the teachers. That is, first enter your name. So after entering the question, here is the answer section, and Google will automatically shows the type of the answer. So here you have a lot of options, like what type of answer you are expecting from your user. So here teachers are the users and I am the form creator. Okay, so the form creator should explain or should select the type of the answer what he or she is expecting from the users. Here you have several options, but Google is using basic AI here, that is it will automatically suggest the type here. Say for example, if I type what is your choice, then see the option has changed to multiple choice. Again, if I change this as what is your name, it changed to short answer. So the language used here can be of your choice. You can use any language supported by Windows or Google Chrome. So I'm using English, and my first question is enter your name, and it's a short answer question. Short answer means the answer is in one line. Okay, I will explain the options available here. Short answer means it is restricted to only one line. Paragraph means it is available with multiple lines, like when you are getting the address, or if you are expecting some feedback in 2 to 3 sentences, then you can use paragraph option. And this is multiple choice question. So as you already know, so it's a multiple choice option. Like you can ask that in which class you are studying, then you can give options like first standard, second standard, third standard, fourth, and all. They can select that. Check boxes. So check boxes means say for example, what are your favorite dishes? You can write all the dishes, then dish 1, dish 2, dish 3, dish 4. They can check it. It may be one or more choices, like I like dish 1 and dish 2, then you have to get the answer for both, then you can put check boxes. So here the user have the freedom of checking one or more options, but in multiple choice the user has to pick only one option. So similar to this multiple choice, another option is there called drop down. So drop down is like if you click on this down arrow mark, you can show some options, like same as what is your class, or in which class you are studying. Then it will show all the options from 1 to 10 standard. Then the user can pick any one of the option. So file upload is an option to upload some files. Like the user can upload a Word file, a PDF file, or a photograph, or a video, something like that. Like in a user application form, if you want the photo of the user, then you can ask for upload a photograph. Then you can use this. Linear scale. So this is like a star rating. So how do you like our service? It's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, like that. You can use this as linear scale. And it's a multiple choice grid, then checkbox grid. Or if you want to get the input as a date, like in your application form or in your Google form, if you are asking for date of birth, then to maintain the uniform format and all, then you can give this option. This will show a calendar from where user can pick his date of birth or something. And the same thing is with this time. Okay, so these are the options available. Okay, so this is our first question, and this is the type of the answer, that is a short answer. And then here is the place in which user will input his answer. Okay, now here we have some options, and this is the first option called as duplicate. So duplicate means if you have some question which is similar to this, like for example, if I want to get the name of the father of this teacher, then I can say that enter your father's name. So this is a similar question, and the answer is also same. So I can say duplicate it. It will duplicate the same question, and just I can add the word father. Enter your father's name. So this is the option duplicate. Okay, then this is another option, that is delete. So if you are not happy with this question, or if you don't want this question, then you can click on delete. So the answer will be deleted, or you can undo it. If you want to regain it, then you can click on the undo. Okay, next option is required. So this is actually off by default. If you make it on, then the user has to answer this question compulsorily. Without answering this question, he will not be able to submit the form. So this is like a compulsory question in your question paper. I want this as a compulsory answer, therefore I am making it as required. Next, so here 3 dots are there, so that will give another 2 options like a description. So if you want to explain your question, if you have some question and that question needs some explanation, then you can add another section called as description. Like you can write it as, please use capital letters, or you can say, please enter your full name. Anything you can write it here. And the second option is response validation. So response validation means when the user gives the response, so you can put some restrictions on it. So here I am asking for the name, so I don't have any restrictions to put there. But for our next option, I will show what is response validation. Okay, and here you are seeing one icon which is indicating that it's a photo. Okay, what is this? So this is if you want to add an image for this question. Okay, say for example, if you have a question like what is in this diagram, so then you can click on this diagram and you can upload an image to show it in the form. Okay, so our first question is over. Now I am going to my second question, and for that here we have a lot of options again. So the first option is add a question, next question. To add the next question, I have a plus symbol inside a circle. Next, the second option is import questions. So if you have another form, or if you have designed multiple forms, you can import questions from that forms directly. So this will save your time. And then add title and description. Like if your form contains different sections, like for example, if you are taking the school application form, there you have certain sections like personal information section, and then examination performance, and then parents information, and then declaration part. There you can use this, add title and description. Next, so this is the add image. So you can add the image inside your form, or you can add a video here, or you can add a section. So you can cut the Google form and you can make a different section in that Google form. Now we will add the another question, add question. So my new question will be enter your mobile number. Watch here. So mobile number is again a short answer. So that is the option selected, and here is the place to write the answer. See, response validation is automatically added. You can remove that also if you don't want that. Okay, what is the validation condition? That is, what is this? It must be a number, or it must be a text, or its length is specifically designed or specifically restricted, or it's a regular expression. So we have to select it. So it's a mobile number, so it must be a number. Then if it is a number, again we have some conditions like it should be greater than something, or it should be greater than or equal to something, less than or equal to, not equal to, between, not between, is number, whole number. So mobile number is a whole number. So it is the condition. If it is not a whole number, or if it is not a number, then what is the error text you want to show? That is, if the user enters some text here instead of mobile number, then I have to show an error. That is, please enter valid 10-digit mobile number. Or if you want it to be a 10-digit number, then again you can select here as length. So maximum character count or minimum character count. Okay, so Usually what happens is when entering a mobile number, so the usual mistake is they skip one number. So you can make it as a minimum character count. What must be the minimum character count? It should be 10. And again here you can put the same error text or any customized error text here. Please enter valid mobile number. Please enter a valid mobile number. I will make it as a required question. Okay. If I want to add another question which includes multiple choice, for example, I can ask for subject. So subject is a multiple choice. I can add it as, say, for example, very simply I can write it as science, maths, or social. So it's a multiple choice question, and it is also a required question. Okay, so now my form is ready with 3 questions. Now, so this is a simple form. If you want to preview it, you can preview with this. This is the preview icon in the shape of an eye. So click on this. Yes, see, this is your form. Details of teachers. Enter your name. Please use capital letters, or please enter your full name. Enter your mobile number, subject. Submit. This looks good. So this is a simple Google form. Even you can change the color here, and you can change the font style, and you can add the letterhead of your school or your institution. So that we will learn in our next video. But now I will show you the next options. Okay, so here your simple form is ready, and we have previewed it, and it's okay with us. Now click on send. You will get 3 options. So this one is send via email, send via link, and send via website. So this is not required for now. This is to send the form inside the email, and this option will give you a link. Okay, you can copy this link and you can share it with your mail or your WhatsApp. So this, if you click on this, you can send your form through email. So for that, you need to have the email IDs of all your employees. So I'm writing email ID of one of my employee, that is subject. Also you can change the subject here. So it is the details of teachers. So it is taken by our title, form title. Okay, if you want you can change it. This message also you can change it, but I don't think it's, or you can write it as like something, please fill this form. Okay, that's all. Okay, so then you can click on send. Okay, now we can go to that email ID that is to which I have sent the form. It will be here. This sender's address will be the email ID with which I have created the Google form. And if you click on that mail, see the message that you have written there, that is please fill this form. And subject also, that was given by you only. So details of teachers, that is subject. This is your message. And this is the title of your form, that details of teachers. And this is the description of your form. Hello, through this form we are creating teachers data set of best school, that is your school. Then the user has to click on this form, actually that is fill out form, this link. Okay, so you saw another option I think there. If you click on send and if you click on email, here is an option that is to check this box, include form in email. If you click on this, the form will open here itself in this email only. So if you click on this like this, and then if you send it, then the user will get the form in this email only. Below this you will get the form. And this is the second option, that is link sharing. So here you are seeing the link of your Google form, and by checking this box, this is called as checkbox. If you check this box, your link will be shortened. So this is the short link which leads to your Google form. So directly you can copy this with the help of a computer shortcut, that is Control C, or here is a button called copy. So if you click on that, that URL will be copied to your clipboard. You can open your email, or you can open your WhatsApp, or even in your SMS app you can paste it. If the user clicks on that link, he will see this form in Google Forms platform. Okay, now the form is opened. So this is the title of your form, description of your form. So it is indicating that if star icon is there, then that means it is required. See, star icon is there. So this is a required question because we have made all the questions as required. So it is asking for my name, and I will write my name as Science Samhita. Enter your mobile number. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I think you know that we have created a response validation that if you enter a text, see, I will enter it. Now I am entering G. See, here we have got the error message. Please enter a valid mobile number. So this is the message written by the creator. Now I am deleting that. Instead of text, I am adding number. Okay, yes. Now we have a multiple choice question, subject. So I teach science. Now click on submit. Your response has been recorded. And here is a link to submit another response. Now just come back to your Google Forms. So go up, see, on this response section, there is an indication that you have got one response. Now click on this response. See, this is the summary part. Here we have 3 options like a summary, question, individual. So first we will see the summary of all the responses, like enter your name. So one fellow has entered as Science Samhita and he has given his mobile number and he is the science teacher. It's a pie chart. It is indicating the graphical representation of these responses. Okay, let us try with another response. So for example, enter your name. So I will enter it as something else like yeah, and enter your mobile number 1 2 3 4 5 6 9 10, and he will be a social teacher. Submit. Okay, now come to your Google form. See, we have recorded 3 responses. Here your questions and here your responses. See, enter your name. We have got 3 responses: Science Samhita, AAA and BBB. Mobile numbers, we have got 3 different mobile numbers. See the pie chart here. So blue color is science, orange, red color is maths, and orange color is social. Okay. So question wise, if you want to see the answers, then so enter your name, Science Samhita. One response they have given, BBB, another response. Next, if you want to go for next question, click on here. Second question, mobile numbers. Third question, subject. Or here you can select mobile number or name. You can select. And this one is individual responses. Like you are seeing the filled forms, individual filled forms here. You can take the printout of all the responses or individual responses, or you can delete the individual responses if you find any error there. And also you have a great option here, that is this one, create a spreadsheet. So if you want to make the database or a document of all these responses into an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet, so click on this. It is asking for 2 options, that is create a new spreadsheet. That is, so this will create an Excel sheet in Google Sheets. That is, we call it as Google Sheets only in, and it is a product of Google. So you can name that, or you can change the name as teachers data. You can use an existing spreadsheet, that is Excel sheet, or you can create a new spreadsheet. So it is better to create a new spreadsheet. Create. So this will create a new spreadsheet which is similar to Excel sheet in your Google Drive. See, timestamp, that is the time when the user has responded. So the first question, second question, and third question. So you have the answers here. So if you get a lot of data, so you can keep it or you can file it for your next users. This will be placed in your Google Drive. So this is how you can create a Google form through Google Chrome, and this is your form, of course, and this is the file name of your form, and this form will be stored in Google Drive. Okay, so this is your form, this is the title of the form, and here you can fill the name of the Google form. That is, this Google form will be shared in your Google Drive itself. So for that file you have to give a name. Usually if you enter the title here and then click on this part, then the title of the form will be copied here. But still, if you want to change the name, you can change it. Okay, yes, now it will be stored in your Google Drive. Let us check it. So it is my Google Drive. Okay, in your Google form, in your recent files only, you will find this. So details of the teachers, it's a form. So you can see the icon, and teachers data, it is your Excel sheet or spreadsheet. You can get it in your quick access, or you can scroll down, details of teachers. If you want to, you can check it. See, details of teachers, it is our Google form, and this is your Excel sheet, teachers data. So this is how you can create your simple Google form, and you can get the responses, and you can handle the data with Google Forms. So this is the question, and these are the responses. Okay, so there is no need to save this because you are working online. Of course, internet is needed to create a Google form, and the user doesn't need any Google account or a Gmail account for responding. You need Gmail account for creating the forms. So thank you very much, and that's all for this video. And in our upcoming videos, we will be showing how to create a very attractive Google form with many options and many questions. So keep watching, and please subscribe our channel to get the updates of our new videos.